Hey, what's good? Manuel here, and in today's video we're going over a strategy that if executed successfully will turn $200 into over $28,000 over the next 52 weeks. That is an over 14,000% return, and this is actually a challenge that I'm doing right now, so be sure to watch to the end to see how this first week went. All right, so here we are in the Moomoo app. I'm going to go take a look at my account. All right, so this is what my account looks like today. And I took a screenshot of what it looked like to start today. So this is a screenshot from my portfolio this morning. You can see here we had $203.49 to start. That's how much buying power we had. That's how much we could trade with. This is where the account is now. We're at $225.41. We're up $22 on the day. We got $225.41 cash. All right, so I think it's safe to say we hit our 10%. Now let's hop in and take a look at what trades got us here today. All right, so here we are, we're taking a look. These are my orders for the day. And what we looked at today was a 580 call on the SPY that expires May 16th. Today is May 5th, just for reference. You can see right here that I purchased it for 186 and I set my limit order for 208. So just for the details, and I was out of it by 11:42 Eastern Standard Time. So I spent a total of about 4 minutes in this trade, and this was all caught on stream. Now that you see how much we paid for the option, how much we sold it for, let's hop in, take a quick look at the charts, go over what I saw. I started kind of watching this trade. Once I could see there was resistance on the SPY around here at this 565 level, I started watching this position, started watching this trade. I was initially looking for a continuation. It looked like here, let's start off by zooming out. All right, so here is a look at the SPY on the day. So first off, this morning on Friday, the market closed up here at 566.91. Today it opened up, today it opened up pre-market at 564. So because of that, there was a gap, and it looked like we wanted to fill this pretty early on today. So because of that, once we kind of got above resistance, I started targeting that. All right, so this morning, if we go down to a 5-minute chart, which is what I was pretty much watching on today, the SPY went up pretty quickly. So first up, market open for me was about right here. So that's going to be 8:30 Central Time when the market opened for me. So the market opened up at 562.54, came up a little bit, kind of sold off a little bit, and then it came up, ran up to 564, kind of traded sideways, touched 564 a couple more times, and I saw, okay, there's resistance here. Then we broke above that, and I was like, okay, it's bullish on the day, and what I said was, I'm going to wait for a pullback. All right, so after we got our break here, we kind of got like a double top right here. Let me double top right here. And then right here, this is where I took my entry. Why specifically I targeted this is because this was the old resistance at 564, which is now support. And also I had the 13 EMA and the 48 EMA turned on. I want to say I was on the 15-minute time frame, and if we look at the 15-minute time frame, you can see that right there where I took my entry, that is like perfectly touching the 13 and 48. So I was looking at it as support, and I saw it as a strong enough support to take an entry. And my target here, let me once again bring this back. So yeah, it was like right here when I took the trade. Once it was about right here, I started eyeing this level. And on a 15-minute, you can see, okay, you can see that the EMA is right here. So once again, we kind of let it play. Oh wait, hold up, that's kind of fast. Let's run that back a little bit. So yeah, I drew out my trade plan, which entry was right there where those EMAs cross on the 15. What I was looking at was, I said, hey, it can come back and fill this. So my target was up here, but really I just wanted my 10%. So after I found this move and saw it had good potential, I bought an option contract and I wanted to make sure it had at least a delta of 80. That delta of 20 tells me every dollar that the stock moves, the contract's going to move at least $20. So right here from entry, my entry was down here at just below 564. I wrote it up to about this 565.23 level. And just like that, I was able to take profits just because it hit. So now when it comes to kind of watching how it played out, real quick, I got in right here. I got out over here. So this looks like more like it was about 20 minutes. I believe I said 4 minutes earlier. That was more than 4 minutes, but yeah, I got in here, got out about in this area, and then I called it a day. So that is how I traded today. That's how I got my 10%. If we go on to watch it, it did go on to hit the target, but not without playing some games first. So yeah, if we extend this over, you can see right there, hit the target. And yeah, that's that. I bet you might want to join this challenge. Maybe you don't have $200. Maybe you have more than $200. Maybe you want to start with 50. Maybe you want to start with 100. Maybe you want to start with 5. Your numbers may be a little different from mine, but right here, I'm going to show you how I did the math so that you can simply do the math and plug in your numbers. Because what you're about to see is if we follow this 10% and compound 10% every week, grow the account by 10% every week, we don't need to add any money. It takes $200 into well over $28,000 over the span of 52 weeks. So I'm about to show you how. All right, so this is, here, let me show you how we get here. If you just type in compound interest calculator in Google, it's going to be the first link. I'm going to click on that, brings you here. An initial investment, if you want to start with 500, do 500, $50, do 50. I know 50 will take it into over 7,000 by the end of the 52 weeks. But yeah, if you want to do 100, you can do 100. But I'm doing 200. This is a $200 challenge. So whatever you start with right here, monthly contribution, we're not adding anything to this, so leave that blank. This says length of time in years, but in our heads, we're going to be doing weeks. So right here, we're going to do 52. It's going to say 52 years, but you just changed the unit of time from weeks or years to weeks. So this is 52 weeks. And then estimated interest rate, we're trying to get 10% each week. So 10. No variance. We're just going to leave it. And then compound frequency. We're going to have it on annually because right now it's set on years. So we just leave it. It's set on years, but once again, we're changing it to weeks once we see the answer. So now we're just going to hit calculate. And if we take a look at it, you can see right here that right here we start with 200. All right, so this is where I started today. It was actually like 203, but hey, I did it like we were at 200. So start with 200. And then this was after we complete the first level, after we get to level 1 or complete the first week, that 200 has grown to 220. All right, next week when we start with 220, after we get our 20%, it'll be 242. And as you can see, this kind of goes up. And over time, like if we take a look from week 51 to 52, 10% of 25,825 is going to increase to $28,408. So right now I'm able to do this in a day, but it might take some more time in the future, and that's something I'm okay with. Over time, as the account grows, we can scale up and get more contracts. We can get better quality positions. We can get contracts with better deltas, probably a combination of the two. Get more time on our contracts, potentially make more trades. And once the account gets above 25K, You can also do more day trades. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. It does get more difficult as we get up here, but this is kind of how that works. One cool way to think about this is every 7.2 weeks, this is actually the law of 72, the rule of 72. If you take 72 and divide it by your interest rate, that's going to give you how much time it's going to take you to double your money. So in this case, our interest rate is, or our interest, or what we're growing it by, is 10%. So if you take 72 and divide it by 10, that's going to give you 7.2. And every 7.2, that $200 should double. So right here, 0, we start with 200. Week 7, we're just below 400. Week 8, we're above that 400. So that's, you can see right in there that there is the doubling. All right. Once again, going from 7 to 14. We're almost at 800 from that 400 doubling. Going to 15, once again, you get to 7.2. So it's like more than 7. But yeah, you have more than double. And then say you go up to 21. That, wait, what was that number before? Yeah, that 800 up to 21. It's almost doubled again, but we have to go out to 22 to really get that full doubling. So it's like, that's a fun way to think about it. Every 7 or a little over 7 weeks is supposed to double. Family, this is the 52-week challenge. This is what we got going. That is how it works. If you want to join, if you want to watch these videos, I'll be putting these videos out every week for the next 52 weeks. Y'all stay on my back. I have done this in the past. I've slacked with it in the past, but this is something I'm serious about. And I want y'all to stay on me about this, because I think there's a better sense of community now, and I think it'll be great to do it together. So, hey, if you haven't already, be sure to smash the like button. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you can be notified when these videos are released. Members of the Discord, Patreon, Nas.io, hey, just know they get these videos first, like potentially weeks ahead, or maybe sometimes I'll edit it same day. They get access to these videos first. So if you want to see these videos closer to real time when they're happening, be sure to tap in on one of those. Become a channel member, do what you got to do. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, family. Manuel signing off, and I want to change your life.